Ladies and gentlemen, my darling's distractions.
Life finds a way.
Hello everyone and welcome to my darling's distractions. My name is Luke and I'm joined as always by my lovely wife Deb. Hi Deb.
Hi Luke.
Hey, sorry it's been a while everyone. We have been our winter Christmas break.
Yeah.
And we're kind of ending that season. We actually had a snow day today. Completely snowed in, school's canceled. I worked from home and we thought what a perfect time to do some podcasting tonight.
It's time to get back into it.
That's right. So thank you for being willing to stick with us, even though we are a pretty infrequent podcast.
Yeah, we went a little AWOL.
Yes. So we've got a bunch of things we'd like to try to do in tonight's episode. But for tonight's topic, we actually have a voicemail request. This is a requested episode. So we've got a voicemail to listen to. We're going to be doing that. And also, we're at the end of the episode, we're going to try to catch up on a couple of voicemails from previous episodes as well. So we're going to do have both an episode and voicemail. So,
okay.
All right. First of all, let's find out.
That.
Let's find out what our topic is tonight based on this voicemail request.
Hey guys, it's Liz. I'm calling on behalf of Andy. He has an idea for a potential podcast episode. We think that you need to talk about food more and that you should talk about your favorite fast food restaurants or your least favorite fast food restaurants and maybe play a game associated with fast food restaurants. Or just restaurants in general. We think you have a pretty good track record of being distracted by food, and we're just surprised you haven't talked about it yet, as far as restaurants go. So think about it. Okay, bye-bye.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes, thank you, Andy, by way of Liz. That is a good topic, and I would say it's a perfect time of year. We are coming now to the end of we're almost to the end of what I like to call feasting season.
Okay,
It starts at Thanksgiving, and then it goes through Christmas, New Year's Eve, and we're just coming up on the Super Bowl, which kind of officially ends feasting season.
Really? I would include the Oscars.
Oh, Deb.
I would.
You would.
Yeah.
I've never associated the Oscars with anything food related at all.
Really?
Well, yeah. What food?
It's a
what's
night.
a traditional Oscars night food dish?
Well, we've talked about this before. Normally, you get like a pizza.
Okay, all right.
But it's an evening where we hopefully have people to watch it with, and we just say bring food.
Sure. I'm going to say that feasting season ends specifically at the Super Bowl because it is the last real opportunity you have to have like a 3,000 calorie meal and everybody's okay with it.
And I would say that's the same reason I would end it at the Oscars.
Because you have a 3,000 calorie meal.
I mean, I don't.
I mean,
one might.
A person might. I'm going to say I do have 3,000 calorie meals
but you
on all of those.
Specifically don't on the Oscar night?
I don't think I do. I don't think I go wild. But like, it is really hard. Like, the Super Bowl is so long. And that whole time period, I just cannot stop eating.
But so are the Oscars.
That's true. I'm just, I don't know. Yeah. There's something about Super Bowl that makes me think of eating. And the Oscars, maybe I'm just not feeling I don't know.
Sure. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, it's another evening in my book where, like I said, we hopefully have people to share the evening with, and we bring food, and there's multiple. Like, it would be okay to visit the kitchen many times that evening. So
we'll say feasting season goes from Thanksgiving, starts at Thanksgiving, and ends on the Oscars, which is
March, but also maybe.
Oh my goodness!
I know,
really?
But I mean, season may be a loose term.
It may be dangerous for us.
This year, though, I think it's in April. Anyway,
that's even worse.
I just wanted to add that. I think it's April this year.
So I don't know what that says about us. We're like, feasting season from November to April, at the time when it's okay to eat as much as you want. Those months.
But we don't.
No, we don't. We don't. But I do appreciate all of the feasting holidays.
Sure.
So yes, thank you very much, Andy and Liz. Andy, this is a perfect topic to talk about right in the midst of feasting season.
And we do get a little distracted by food. Who doesn't, right?
Who doesn't? Eat or die.
Yeah. But especially you, Luke.
Especially me. So tonight we are going to be focusing on foods. Specifically tonight, we're going to be focusing on fast food.
Oh, is that right?
We are.
Okay.
I'm loving it. Is this the place to eat? Since I don't cook, I'll just rock to the beat. I'm loving it. At the end of the day, to relieve the stress, we add a little play. I'm loving it. Sometimes we have mishaps. You just overcome and adapt to setbacks. I'm loving it. You know you're my world. How could I mind love taps from my girl? McDonald's. I'm loving it. Move your feet, rock to the beat.
So, to kind of structure our talk, I came up with a couple of ideas for us to kind of talk around fast food with.
Oh, okay. So would it be okay to mention something that's not fast food?
I think it's okay. Yeah, I think
Okay.
at any point in time you can mention it.
I feel like we would be alienating some fun key stories.
Oh, sure. Okay.
Demarest stories.
Yeah, I will say there is no food off the table during the giant feast cast.
Okay. Yeah.
So, but I did want to talk about a couple of fast food things.
Okay.
And with that, I didn't really, per se, come up with an exact game, but I did have some ideas of some things we could kind of talk about. So,
Okay.
The first thing is I want to talk about the most popular fast food restaurants. And I thought it would be kind of fun to go through the most popular restaurants and specifically get your take, Deb, on those restaurants.
Oh.
And so...
These are hot takes with
yeah,
Deb.
Deb's hot takes on...
Deb's hot takes.
Deb's hot takes on hot food. So, Deb, what I'm going to do is I'm referencing the periodical Quick Service Restaurant Quarterly.
Oh.
It is a magazine specifically
Yep.
designed for quick service restaurants, aka fast food. And I'm going to be telling you the top 25 fast food restaurants. And I want your hot take.
Yeah.
But I also want you to tell me, Deb, it is up to you. Does this restaurant stay in business or not? So does it stay or does it go?
Okay, stay or go.
So does it stay or does it go based on your judgment?
Sure.
Okay, so we're going to start with number 25 on quick service reviews. These are the top 25. These are based on income, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but I believe these are based on income. Number 25, Deb, is Zaxby's.
Go.
Yeah, it's gone.
It's gone.
What's your hot take on Zaxby's?
What is it?
Okay,
Who knows?
there we go.
It's gone.
All right, Deb, 24. The top 24, Jimmy John's.
Oh, it's gonna stay.
Okay.
But specifically meal number one.
Only, all right.
Yeah.
Jimmy John's only has one thing on the menu. Number one.
The number one.
All right, Deb.
I believe it's called the Pepe.
Deb, number 23 is Whataburger.
Isn't that like a TV show? Like a Nickelodeon TV show?
No, I think
it's
that's
gonna go.
I think that's Good Burger, but that's,
Oh, you're right. You're right.
All right, so Whataburger's gone. Deb, number 22, Panda Express.
Ooh, go.
Oh, Deb.
I just have never had a good experience there.
Okay, but to be fair, Deb, how many experiences have you had there?
I knew you were going to ask that question. One experience there.
Panda Express, you've been put on note. The one experience Deb had. And what's
Yeah.
it? Okay, what made it bad?
I just
Real
didn't.
quick.
Okay,
Hot
here
take.
it is. This is Deb. Like, love me or hate me. I went in and I didn't know what to order.
Ooh.
So it's go.
All right.
Not a good experience.
Panda Express, menu not simple enough.
Yep. I just.
All right,
You're
Deb.
going to have to spell it out for me a little more, I guess.
Deb, number 21, Papa John's, stay or go.
Go.
Oof.
I mean, even though I do have some fond college memories,
All right.
it's a go.
All right, number 20, Popeye's Louisiana Chicken. Sorry,
Go.
Popeye's Louisiana Kitchen, which serves chicken.
Yeah, go. Although we do have 2 locations in our area, I just am not a fan.
Not
I
a
like
fan of
their
Popeyes.
biscuits, but that's it.
Okay, sorry, Popeyes. Number 19, Jack in the Box. Deb, stay or go.
Go.
Yeah.
I mean, what? It's
I mean, what she says. How many times have you eaten a Jack in the Box, Deb?
none.
Okay, there we go. Jack in the Box, you've been put on notice. All right, Deb, number 18 is Little Caesars. Stay or go.
I mean, it's got to stay. Where else are you going to find like like the kid pleaser, like
Cheap.
night in. What did they call those? Lock-ins.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
when a
you
youth
have
lock-in.
to have a Little Caesars.
Yeah. If you need to feed 20 middle schoolers, Little
Yes.
Caesars is, and they have Crazy Bread.
Yeah.
Crazy Bread.
I mean,
All right,
yeah.
Deb. Number 17 is Arby's. Stay or go.
Go.
Oh, Deb.
Sorry.
Why does Arby's go?
It's just not like, it never comes to my mind as like an option.
Are you
Yeah,
big?
it's
Are you a
gonna
big
go.
roast beef fan?
Yeah.
Okay.
But like,
But not
I guess
Arby's
not
roast
like
beef.
in a sandwich form.
Got
So yeah, go.
Okay. Deb, 16 is Dairy Queen.
Stay. We can't have a world without the Blizzard.
There it is.
Yeah.
All right. Deb, number 15 is Hardee's
Go.
/ oh, I was going to say / Carl's Jr., but you didn't even hear. So Hardee's, Deb, not
Yeah.
even, no thick burger for you.
No.
Don't you remember Hardee's had that wild strain of ads where it was like, look at this pregnant woman eating a giant hamburger.
Pregnant woman?
Yes, that's how
No,
bad they were.
I don't
They-
remember that.
They were specifically like, finally, a woman can handle a burger.
And she's pregnant.
Because, I mean, yeah, it was the only time.
finally has an
only when a
appetite.
woman is eating for two can she eat a man-sized burger, I think was what that
my goodness.
commercial was implying.
Yeah, I mean, part of the reason is because their commercials have been just awful.
Yeah.
But also, like, again, it's like another Arby's. Like, I never think of it as an option. So, go.
Okay.
You're fired.
Oh, jeez. Deb, number 14 is Chipotle. Stay or go?
Stay. That's good stuff.
Why?
That's good. It's like, it's fast food, but it's a different kind of fast food that I really appreciate.
Okay.
It's really good.
All right, Deb. 13 is KFC.
I could make it go. Like, I could live in
You
a
could
world
live in a world
without
without Kentucky
KFC.
Fried Chicken.
Yeah, at this point in my life, I could. Yeah. But I know you can't.
Yeah, I mean,
The kids could not.
what did we have for my birthday, Deb?
KFC.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, I think I think I've talked about this, but maybe I've been going back and forth on what my favorite food is, like desert island food.
Yeah.
I think fried chicken is up there. I mean, I know like
Mm-hmm.
it would be like Heart Attack Island, but if I had to like live off one food, I feel like man.
I feel like I could make fried chicken and just
Oh
be
yeah,
fine.
you made great fried chicken this Thanksgiving. We did fried chicken for Thanksgiving
that was
instead
good.
of turkey.
Yeah,
It was
we
really
did.
good.
Thanks.
Okay.
Glad you liked it.
Number 12 is Sonic Drive-In. Stay or go?
Go.
Oh,
I do remember, like, the first time I ever went to Sonic, though, it was so novel. Like, sit in your car, order from your car, they bring it to you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they have their niche, but go.
oh. All right, Deb. Number 11 is Panera.
Stay.
Okay. Just because?
I like the different choices of food, and also atmosphere is nice. You can just stay and, like, I've many times, you know this, I will bring a book or something, have something to eat, and just stay and drink coffee and study or read a book.
I've finally found what I like at Panera. It took a while. There was there was a period of time where you were always like, oh, let's go to Panera. And part of me was like, Panera. Like,
Right.
I was just didn't feel like there was enough there to justify like the $10 I was paying for whatever. But I found that they have their garbage food as well. You can like they've got some stuff there that's
They've got their garbage food.
they've got their garbage food.
I'd like to know what you think their garbage food is.
They have some breads. I don't even know what you call them. Would it could be called a panini, where you like you like fry bread and then you like have a bunch of cheese
Grill
and everything in the
press
middle.
kind of thing.
Yeah, they've
Yeah.
got some of that stuff. It's like, oh yeah, here's your 2,000 calorie meal.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, Deb.
And get the bread, you guys. Just get the bread.
Just get the bread.
I remember one of my friends, I was like, I've been trying not to. And she's like, we're at Panera.
Yeah.
Get the bread.
That's right. All right, Deb. Number 10, Domino's. Stay or go?
Go. Yeah.
Just wow.
I don't have room for all of these pizza places.
Okay. All right. With that in mind, number 9 is Pizza Hut. Stay or go?
Stay.
So in Deb's
Yeah.
world, there are how many pizza places?
Well, there's Little Caesars because
Yep.
it's cheap and friendly.
Yep.
Crowd friendly. And then there's Pizza Hut because you have it on Oscar night.
Okay. It's only open once a year and it's for Oscar night.
And when they have their original pan pizza recipe is so good. Pan crust.
But Deb, what is the pizza that is most eaten at the Demarest household?
At our house? Well, it's Casey's.
It's
just for
Casey's.
lack of options.
Oh, Deb, now hold on.
No, really?
I know, but I think I'm at the point now where I would take a Casey's Pizza over a Pizza Hut pizza. It's just, that's where I'm at.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, that's your whole life. Like,
That's true.
Casey's, you've had it your whole life.
Oh man, a Casey's taco pizza.
Ew.
So good. All right, Deb, number 8.
Okay.
Chick-fil-A. Stay or go?
Stay.
Why?
I like a good chicken sandwich. I like chicken fingers. I'm waiting for you to say my favorite chicken fingers place.
Oh,
so
okay.
Just waiting. But Chick-fil-A needs to stay.
Yep, and maybe best fry. Maybe wins best fry.
Yeah,
French
maybe.
fry.
Yeah.
Waffle
Except
fries.
I'm still holding out for my favorite chicken place. I'm hoping you'll say
I
it.
think you're going to be disappointed. All right, number 7, Deb, Dunkin' Donuts. Stay or go? This is the number 7 top.
They are
grossing.
considered fast food, and so is Starbucks.
Yeah.
That might be on your
So
list.
Dunkin'
too.
Donuts. Stay or go?
Well, stay. Yeah. Coffee and donuts. And I will add, I'm just going to add Donutland to that list because,
Just a regional donut place.
yep. It's so good. They have the best chocolate chip donut.
All right, Deb, number 6,
Mm-hmm.
Taco Bell.
Ew. Go.
I tried getting the kids into Taco Bell because it was so cheap.
Yeah.
And they like actually enjoyed it. But then it is this thing is that when you've eaten there a couple of times or you order a couple of different things there, you realize it's just 3 ingredients swapped
Yeah,
around.
yeah.
Like, okay, they've got the beans, they've got the meat, they've got cheese, and it's just different wrappers and
Yeah.
containers and maybe
No,
some
but-
sour cream and
Ask me how many times I've eaten there.
yeah, how many?
None.
You've never eaten
I've
at a Taco Bell?
never eaten at a Taco Bell.
So
the reason is because it's so cheap, it can't be good.
well,
Like, you know,
you're maybe not wrong, but also what you also said we need to keep Little Caesars. They give you a whole pizza
Yeah.
for $5, Deb.
but I did go through a significant portion of my life saying and like believing that I don't like Mexican food.
yeah, maybe you should just try Taco
I just
Bell.
was like, no thanks to Taco Bell, and I still will
if
not
there are
eat
any
there.
Taco Bell supporters out there, let Deb know what should she order from Taco Bell. Give it a try, Deb. Don't turn up your nose at something you've never tried. Okay, Deb, number 5.
Mm-hmm.
Burger King.
It has to stay.
Mm.
I know that I'm a minority on that one, at least in the people that I talk to, but
It has to stay.
it has to stay.
That original
So-
chicken sandwich. That the
the chicken sandwich. That I never eat that anymore, but it has memories for sure.
All right, Deb, number 4. Wendy's. Stay or go?
I think it has to stay because of the Frosty.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There's a world where there can be a Blizzard and a Frosty.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Also, I think their burgers are pretty good. But it's been a long time since I've eaten at Wendy's.
Yeah, you haven't eaten, probably anything at Wendy's for a long time. Okay, Deb, number 3 is Subway. Stay or go?
Yeah, stay.
Stay. Yeah, there was a period of time where Subway was like the thing I would eat when I was on the road because it was somewhat
Yeah.
healthy and it was everywhere. Subway's everywhere.
And that's the reason I love it. Yeah, you can find it in small towns. You can find it in our small town. Yep, Subway stays.
All right, Deb, number 2,
Mm-hmm.
Starbucks.
Oh, yeah, of course it stays.
Yeah, that might be. Would you consider if you were just based on this list so far, would you say that's your favorite place to get something?
Yeah, probably. But, you know, it's not nutrition. It's just like a latte, you know, or something. It's just coffee.
So, Deb, here's number 1. What do you think is the number 1 most successful quick service restaurant?
McDonald's.
It is. Number 1, McDonald's. Deb, does McDonald's stay or go?
Oh, it stays. It's a crowd pleaser. It's, I mean, if you have, oh man, have you ever been like on a trip and like every other stop is McDonald's? And
Yes.
it's just like, you're just done with it. So in those cases, you know, anything else but McDonald's. But if you've got kids, you need it.
Yes.
Okay, so Raising Cane's was not on that list.
So I'm right now, I'm scrolling through the list. I think this goes up to 50 and it's not in the top 50.
Oh, they need to get themselves out there more. Come on.
Deb, I would just like to say that based on that list there, I think you got rid of maybe half of the top 25 fast food restaurants. But of those you got rid of, I don't think you've eaten at any of them in the last year.
No.
Yeah,
Probably
so
not.
so
Yeah.
it might be a bias on just what you are used to eating.
Well, yeah, but doesn't that make sense? Like if I'm willing to part with it, I'm probably not eating there very much.
So I think we've kind of shaped our ideas about what fast food you like. So I wanted to also have a little,
Well, did you agree with my choices?
I think for the most part,
Except for KFC, probably.
yeah, I think other than the KFC, I won't sneeze it. I don't think there's any fast food that I will just be like, oh, no way. I probably put up the most resistance to McDonald's just because of frequency. The kids is always what they want. And part of it's because McDonald's has trained them to get a toy. And so like, it's just one of those things like, you guys, you get this tiny little amount of food. And I
just don't want the clutter at the house.
That's true. Yeah. And I don't want to have to every year take out a Walmart bag of McDonald's toys. Yeah. And just be like, all right, Goodwill or landfill, wherever this is going to end up. You're kind of like, oh, what am I even doing?
USDA Choice Angus Steak. Arby's, we have the meats. Arby's brown sugar bacon. And what are those? Sandwiches? Oh, buddy, what's the occasion? Some sort of sandwich party? Arby's, we have the meats.
But I thought it'd be interesting if we took a look at, based on the foods you like at fast food restaurants, I would like you, Deb, to compose the ultimate fast food meal day. So if you had to eat, let's say you're driving, let's say you're just away from home, you have to eat of what we consider fast food. You have to eat 3 square meals. Yeah. Where would they go? But here's the catch. All the components don't have to be from the same restaurant. So it's not like you have to do all breakfast at McDonald's. Yeah. All this. Yeah. You can pick and grab. You're at the Mall of America food court where you can get the fries from here and the burger from here and the breakfast sandwich from there. So Deb, walk us through real quick. Breakfast, supper, and dinner. At Deb's ultimate fast food meal, what would it look like?
Oh, well, I think I would start with some coffee from Starbucks.
That's a good starter. Is that your breakfast?
Yes. Oh, yeah. This is breakfast. I don't know, like, maybe I would get a donut, maybe from like, I think Krispy Kreme donuts are really good.
Wow, Starbucks and a Krispy Kreme, that's a great start.
Yeah. Okay. But if I don't want like something sweet for breakfast, maybe I would I don't often get fast food breakfast. So I don't know, maybe it would just be very basic and get like a hash brown and sausage biscuit from McDonald's.
That's pretty good. I think for me, you start the day. Here's the thing. I'm gonna give you a little hint. You know who has a really great breakfast? Taco John's breakfast burrito. Really, really good. So for me, if you're doing fast food day, you start with the thing is I can't say no to a sausage egg McMuffin from McDonald's. So that and a breakfast burrito from Taco John's. Those two things together. Yeah, just because it feels like a crime.
What's in the breakfast burrito?
Potato Olays, eggs, nacho cheese.
Ew, no.
Oh, Deb,
you lost me at nacho cheese.
So good. Oh, and it's just in a soft shell.
No. Okay, but you can have it. I'll let you have it.
Thank you for letting me have it, Deb. Thank you for allowing me to eat my breakfast.
You wouldn't have coffee, would you just have water?
Sure wouldn't. Yeah, actually, you know what? I really like orange juice. I really like orange juice, but it's a treat. Yeah. All right, Deb, lunch.
I would probably go to Panera and get like a salad and soup and salad and water.
Okay. Yep. I think for me, it would probably be waffle fries from Chick-fil-A and a Whopper from Burger King. Oh. And probably a Dr. Pepper from wherever you get pop.
Yeah, okay. From wherever you get pop. You can get it at Chick-fil-A. They have good ice.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, do they? Yeah, there are some places. I'm a big fan of any fast food place that the ice is especially small and easy to crunch because I eat all of my ice.
I know you do. I think Chick-fil-A, I think you'd be happy with that. Although I do think that Chick-fil-A puts too much ice in their cups. And so sometimes I'll say...
half ice.
not as much ice.
Oh, okay.
And then it's like not enough.
Ugh.
It's a hard balance.
Yeah, these are real problems.
I need to
we're
talk to
facing.
somebody who-
We're really going through the biggest problems of the world right now with
I
this.
need to talk to my friend who works at Chick-fil-A.
Yeah. Okay, Deb.
Uh-huh.
Supper. The last meal,
Yeah.
capstone.
I've been saving this one. I would go to Raising Cane's
Yeah.
and I would get, their ice is so good. Their
We should have
fountain pop.
We should have had a list of top
Yeah.
10 fast food
ice. Their fountain pop is especially good.
Mm-hmm.
Their Diet Coke is especially good there. I'm saving my pop for the end of the day.
Good for you.
And I would
Treat
have, and I would have their Caniac combo. It's so good. And
So
their
good.
fries are really good. I just am a sucker for chicken fingers,
Yeah.
I think.
And I would go either between Raising Cane's chicken
Mm-hmm.
or a thigh from KFC.
Oh,
goes a
yeah.
long way for me.
One piece.
2 pieces, 2 thighs. 2 thighs
Okay.
goes a long way.
Mashed potatoes.
I could take them or leave them.
just the chicken.
Yeah, just the chicken at that point. But also, this is the meal where you get dessert. And for me, what I really like, and I almost never get this because it's so luxurious that I feel like it's maybe unnecessary, is I will go to Dairy Queen to get the cupcake-sized version of their ice cream birthday cake.
Oh,
It's,
okay.
I think it's not meant to be eaten by one person. It's
sure it is.
But yeah,
It's a
I mean, it
cupcake,
probably
right?
is. But yeah, so yeah, they take their ice cream cake,
But
all the
but
layers of
should
it.
it be
Yeah,
eaten
but
by
should
one
it be?
person?
But they take all the layers of their ice cream cake,
Yeah.
and they just put it in a
Cupcake
smaller
form.
container. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and so that would probably be my dessert.
Yeah, you do like the cake, the Dairy Queen cake.
Yeah, ice cream cake is so good.
Well, if I had a donut earlier in the day,
But I mean, this has been. Let's say you've been running a marathon in between all of
So
these things,
I'm
so you
due
feel
for
ready to eat
dessert.
for every meal. Yeah, it's not like you've just sat in the food court waiting for the next meal to start. You've been very active.
okay,
You're
so I
hungry.
can have 2 desserts today.
Sure, yeah.
I would have, I would have an M&M Blizzard maybe
Mm-hmm.
from Dairy Queen. Although I feel like the last time I had a Blizzard, the ice cream wasn't very good. I'm a little scared to try it again,
Deb,
but I probably would.
Debbie, you are every fast food restaurant. You have been put on notice by Deb. It takes one bad experience for her to throw your. It doesn't matter if you've done it right 100 times. You mess it up once, and Deb is ready to walk out the door on you.
Man.
Just be put on notice.
I will find a new favorite.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, Deb, I have one more food-related
Okay.
activity.
Okay.
And then we do have a number of voicemails to get to.
Oh, okay.
So the last thing I thought would be interesting is I thought, Deb, we could have a little discussion about something I like to call food crimes.
Food crimes.
So, Deb, for this last little activity, I'm going to share with you a food crime. This is a food item that people have considered an abomination, an act against God, if you will.
Okay.
And your job is to tell me which restaurant committed this food crime.
Oh. Huh. Okay.
And then lastly, would you eat it?
Well,
All right, here's number 1. This is the Double Down.
you're not going to tell me anything more about it.
Oh, sure, I'll tell you about it.
Okay.
It was a fast food item that launched in 2010. This was one of the reviewers who ate it described it as a slimy and unnaturally moist thing with flavor ginned up in a lab. And what it is a sandwich,
Okay.
but instead of bread, you just have 2 pieces of chicken as the patties. And then you have
Okay.
all the ingredients in between 2 chicken patties, so you just hold 2 chicken patties with all the ingredients in the middle, no bread.
Oh.
Any
Ugh.
guesses on who did that?
Is it Burger King?
It's not Burger King. It's KFC. KFC did the double down.
Oh, okay.
It's just two.
I was
boneless,
imagining their
the original chicken,
oh,
two
that
original
just
chicken sandwich patties.
Disgusting.
So Deb, with the KFC double down, it was just two chicken
Yeah.
patties with the condiments and cheese in between the two, and then you just ate it, but with no bread. So it's basically like a double decker piece of chicken. So Deb, would you eat a KFC double down?
I would take a bite, but I would probably let you eat the rest of it.
Okay. And the answer for me, Deb, is did I? Yes, I did eat a KFC.
You did?
Back in 2010 when I heard about it, I'm like, I'm trying this. Because like KFC chicken, like, I mean, yeah, it's just pieces of chicken with like cheese and condiments in between more chicken.
Right. It's just no bread.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. Okay, Deb.
Yeah.
Hot dog crust pizza.
Oh. So I'm just imagining like the crust.
Mm-hmm.
There's a hot dog like rolled up inside of it, like instead of stuffed crust with cheese, there's a hot dog in there.
So let me give you the picture of, imagine, if you will, what do you call those? Not pork and beans.
Yeah,
pigs in a blanket. Yeah, so imagine a pizza, but all the crust is pigs in a blanket all the way around.
Oh,
So
okay.
Who do you think committed this food crime?
Was it Pizza Hut?
It was Pizza Hut.
Yeah, that sounds like them.
Yeah, this was a menu item in 2015. The person who reviewed
Was it like
said,
a Super Bowl special?
I think they just,
Weird.
sometimes they just do weird things. This person who reviewed it said the hot dog was salty. The pretzel surrounding it was
Ew.
salty.
Oh,
So
I didn't even know there was pretzel.
Yeah, pretzel dogs.
Then it's an automatic no.
And the person said, there's just no way I could eat more than one slice of this.
Yeah, there's no way.
Yeah, so if it gives you an idea, it's just, I mean, it doesn't
I think
look
I
horrible.
think I remember seeing that, advertised.
Yeah, and I think they served it, it's like, so you could get it with just like standard breading, like just pig in a blanket, or you could get it as a pretzel dog in a blanket.
I see.
And so, yeah, if you can imagine eating a pretzel dog as your crust, and then you make it to the pepperoni or whatever And the question is, Deb, would you eat it? You say
No.
I would absolutely eat it.
Especially if it was a pretzel, I would not eat that.
Absolutely eat it. Okay, Deb, this next one is going to kind of give itself away, probably.
Okay.
It's called the Whopperito.
Well, that's Burger King.
It is. Any guesses on what it is?
It's like a burrito and a Whopper.
Yeah, it is just a Whopper put into a burrito. If you just took all the ingredients
Like
of
into
a Whopper.
a flour tortilla.
Yeah. You just took strips of
like
hamburger.
in general, like I'm just not a big fan of a flour tortilla.
Mm-hmm.
And so, no, I would not eat it.
Yeah, so I will say this one of all the critics seemed to be the most well received. One of the critics who ate this food crime said, "The Whopperito, despite how unappealing it may sound, is delicious and flavorful. Is a delicious and flavorful item that exceeds expectations." Yeah, I mean, you just think about it. You just take all the components of a Whopper.
Put it in
I think the thing that weirds me out is thinking about strips of hamburger in a burrito, but like you have ground hamburger all the time in burritos.
Yeah, with
It's just-
seasoning.
yeah.
I mean, you got the special sauce in there, so it's either a bun or a wrap.
All right, Deb. The next one is mac and Cheetos. And what this is a
Big Mac.
Nope.
Oh,
You'd like to think that, wouldn't you?
yeah.
No, this is
Mac and cheese.
They
with
took
Cheetos.
mac and cheese and they breaded it in Cheeto dust and then fried it. So
Yeah.
it's mac and cheese
Is
surrounded.
this also a Burger King thing?
You're correct, Deb.
Yes,
That's also,
I remember when this Mac made me think McDonald's. Then when you said Cheetos, I thought that's Burger King
Yeah,
because they
Burger
had
King-
a relationship.
Burger King is kind of in bed with
Yeah.
with Cheetos. They often
Strange.
Burger King often. There's actually a couple of things that I didn't talk about on here. That Burger King has tried some other things. They are kind of like try weird things shop. They're like
I think so too.
yeah. But anyway, good job, Deb. I think you had a pretty good handle on, and probably some of those you actually
P.S.
remembered.
I would not eat mac and Cheetos.
And that might be the one I would turn down as well. I don't.
but
I'm not
have you?
No, I've never eaten it.
Okay.
I mean, actually, that's probably wrong. I've probably eaten it because
Yeah.
I have a really hard time saying no to circus food type stuff. You go in and like they're advertising something, you're like, well, that's wild. Well, I better eat it. like chicken fries.
Yeah,
Like-
I remember the chicken fries.
I'm like, oh,
I think they still have them sometimes.
probably do. And there's probably somebody out there who really likes chicken fries.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think there is. That was probably the food I would most likely turn down is the mac and Cheetos. Just, I'm not a huge fan of macaroni and then you bread it and then wrap it in something like breading on bread. Like I
Yeah.
don't like hush puppies or
Oh,
things
no.
like that. And anyway,
Speaking of weird, what about the McRib?
I mean, I'm not a huge fan of it. It's fine.
But you
I'll eat it if it's there.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You're like,
I
oh,
thought you liked the McRib.
I mean, I have ordered the McRib because it's like, well,
Yeah.
it's only here for limited time, and so it's like I owe myself the chance to try something I can't normally
Remember
have.
in school they used to have like
Yeah.
a McRib? You
Yeah.
liked it.
I remember growing up in our school lunch
Yeah.
menu, it would say McRib, MC rib.
Today we're having McRib.
I know, it's like, wait a minute, did we contract that trademark from McDonald's to put it on our board, the McRib?
We probably did too.
Do you think they just wrote McRib instead
Well,
of rib
then we
sandwich?
all know what it is, you know.
I will say though, I've had a bad, not from McDonald's, but from school. I remember one time I had a bad McRib. It was just, trying to remember what it was. Something
Did you
about
find
it.
like bones in it?
No, I don't think it had bones in it, but I think it was like, the meat wasn't holding itself together anymore. It was just kind of falling loose, and so they're like kind of like just
Boy,
spoon
school
it out.
lunches.
No, Deb, don't you dare. We can't start this.
I mean,
school lunches
I
are
ate them
the
every
backbone of our
day.
economy.
Yeah. But I work at a school now, and I recently, within the last 5 years, had a school lunch because I was like, oh, this was my favorite growing up. Ugh, it does not hold up.
Yeah.
I mean, my tastes have changed a bit, I guess.
I don't know if mine have. No, I was always a big fan of school lunch.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. All right. Well, Deb, that was all of the activities I had planned. Not necessarily a game, but I thought that was.
I wanted to share a story of just a food experience that I think has been just in the last year has been interesting
Okay.
and unique.
Okay.
We had the opportunity to go on a cruise. It would have been almost 1 year ago,
That's right. We're coming up on the year
Yeah.
anniversary of our cruise.
which I still think about that cruise like often. Don't you? No.
No.
Okay.
I mean, I when it comes up when I'm around people who like that
Yeah.
participated, but
I
yeah.
mean, not daily for
Right.
me,
Yeah.
but I still think about it with much fondness.
Mhm.
And the food experience there is unique to say the least. There's food everywhere, but you were just saying how you were proud of yourself because you did a really good job, just
did.
like not going back for seconds.
That's right. That was my only rule I gave myself on the cruise.
So did you find yourself taking a lot the first time through?
No, especially because we did not eat very often at places where it was like a buffet style. You fill up
Yeah.
your own. We did that for breakfast, I
Sure.
think but
Yeah,
everything else was
that's
like just
true.
ordered kind of from a menu. And I don't even remember how we did lunches, but I think most everything else is just like, and that was that was the rule I told myself. I said, you can get whatever you like, but one plate, and then that's it.
Yeah.
And I managed to not gain weight on a cruise, which was wild. But I was also running a lot. I think I was doing 3 miles every day. So.
Well, we were just recently talking about how there was one day that we were docking in San Juan, and it was like after lunch, but I remember like we hadn't really eaten that much for lunch. I don't think it was.
Yeah.
It would have been like 11 maybe. So maybe at lunchtime. And we were like, maybe we should have just something. So there was this place where you could get free hot dogs. And I think Rachel was the only one that did not get a hot dog. Is that right? I think everybody
right.
else did got a hot dog, free hot dog.
I mean, free hot dogs.
I know, yeah.
Come on.
Well, and we wanted to try it at least
Yeah,
once.
that was the only time we
that
did that,
week.
the free hot dogs.
And so the whole plan was once we got to San Juan, we wanted to find and figure out how to get to this. How do you classify it? It had a
don't know.
Michelin rating?
Yeah.
Is
so-
that how you say that?
Yeah.
Like 5-star,
Yeah.
4-star?
Exactly. I don't, I'm not a foodie and I don't.
Me neither, but very impressive.
Right. It's like, it's very hard to find a restaurant of this quality.
Yeah.
And it would just
And I
happen
feel
to
like
be.
Michelin is the word because it always reminds me of tires.
And I think it was the same company.
Okay.
Yeah. And they do something with food, but I'm talking way out of my depth here.
I don't remember the name of the restaurant, but we were like, we're going to go to this restaurant. I don't even remember whose idea it was.
I'm sure it was Dustin and Rachel's.
Yeah.
probably.
Or was it Mike's? Like,
Maybe it might have been Mike's.
and he was like, we should do this. But then he didn't get to. But so we were going to go find this restaurant. We decided to walk. Was it a 3-mile walk?
Maybe round trip. Yeah, it could have been maybe 2 miles. I'd actually.
Okay. Anyway, it took us quite a while to walk there, and we were trying to do it quickly so that, anyway, we just wanted to be quick. So we walked there, saw some sights of like old San Juan, like really beautiful, but we didn't have much time to take it all in. That's okay. We got to the restaurant and we were like, we're just going to order whatever we want. We'll never get a chance to eat at a place like this again, probably. It was
really high
so
class.
good. I think we took a picture of every course, every dish they brought out to us. It was so good. And so then we're like, well, what do we do? It was all done. What do we do now? Well, let's just go back to the ship and we'll just get there in time for dinner. So we decided to go back. We really wanted to see our waiter. I think that was our main thing.
It was late enough. We had eaten late enough in the day that we probably could have skipped supper.
We could have. We were so full too.
But I think by the time we got back there was not any part of me was like, oh, what am I even doing?
Oh,
I
was still full.
Oh, no,
you
I
felt
wasn't.
ready?
Yeah, I think I had a prime rib that night.
We all ate full meals again that night, but we just were like, let's go because we've paid for this meal.
I know. That's
and
the
we
thing.
want to see our waiter. And so, and we were just like, what else are we going to do? We didn't have anything else to do around the area. So we got back on the ship and ate again.
Yeah, that is probably my biggest food crime for me is that I have a really hard time when you've already paid for food not to eat it. It's like the kids will get a meal and I just have to eat their leftovers. Like I feel I can be completely stuffed and they'll be like, Griffin didn't eat half a sandwich. I'm like, well, I guess I have to eat it legally. I have to eat this.
You're bound.
As the father.
I've already paid for it.
That's right. I've already paid for it.
Yeah.
I need them calories to survive, eat or die. And so.
But that was just so, I don't know that we'll ever have an experience like that again. No. Eating at a restaurant, it was just incredible. And then just like 2 hours later, eating like another full meal, 4-course
and
meal.
And a few hours before that, we'd had a couple of
hot
dog starter.
Did you have 2 hot dogs?
No,
okay,
I
was going to say.
I didn't.
Like 3 out of the 4 of us had a hot dog to begin with. It was just a big eating day, but it was really good food except for maybe that hot dog.
Yeah, I mean, I think if we opened up for comments of people who've gone on cruises, what their eating days have been like, I mean, I think you find we are just on par with all cruise eating probably there.
Yeah.
3 very large meals.
I didn't know if you wanted to share the one time that you went to a steakhouse by yourself and you ate so much food that you got sick and you had to stay home from school.
That wasn't by myself. That was with you. That was my birthday.
I was with you for that?
Yeah.
Okay, so I witnessed you eat way too much food.
So, I don't imagine I'll ever do this again, but I really enjoy prime rib.
Yeah.
And I know that prime rib has a ton of fat on it. Like that's just kind of the cut, but I like to like kind of portion it. So like each bite has a little bit of it. So I don't leave anything left on a prime rib.
Right.
Like there's nothing left on my plate when I get a prime rib. And there used to be an old steakhouse, one of those type of steakhouses you walk into.
Dark.
It's so dark. You can't see anything. There's cobwebs and all the deer antlers all around the room.
But you can't see it because it's so dark.
Like all there's like a 120-watt bulb right over top of your table and that's it.
Yeah.
Smoke drifting from the bar.
I think I've been there I had been there twice in my life before
and that
it closed.
there was a place that was close to us that was like one of the places to get a good steak. Anyway, on my birthday I went and got a 23-ounce steak. Yeah,
and you ate the whole thing.
I ate the whole thing, every single drop of it.
And then had to stay home from school.
Oh, yeah. And then I had to call in sick.
Yeah.
Because my stomach was screaming because it was trying to process all that raw beef. And like, it was just like, my stomach was just like roiling and just like,
If you're going to have a day at home, like a sick day, that's like a good one. I think.
Yeah, that's right. I don't even remember.
You're probably feeling better by 11.
I was.
I
think as I kind of started, everything kind of worked through my stomach juices were going overtime to try to break down all that material. And I don't remember what I told my principal at the time. I'm like, I'm just not feeling well. Is probably what I said, which was accurate.
Yeah.
Was not feeling
not
well.
feeling
Didn't
well.
sleep well, nothing like that. So.
Okay. That
right.
was
Yeah.
just fun for
That
me.
was just thank you for that.
Yep.
Well, Andy and Liz, I hope we have satisfied your hunger for stories about fast food, and we also wanted to get to a couple of voicemails. We've
good.
got a little ways to go back with voicemails.
Okay. Let's give them their due time.
Yeah, and so we're going to start off by jumping back to a couple of voicemails that were, or first off, it was a voicemail that's related to your Moment in Time music podcast.
Oh, fun.
So this is from a while back.
Hey guys, it's Liz. It's just another Tuesday night. Andy and I are watching last week's episode of The Masked Singer. Super excited that show is back on. The Serpents just got done doing a really awesome rendition of I'm Gonna Be, in parentheses, 500 Miles, close parentheses, by the Proclaimers, which I had to Google the Proclaimers. Turns out they're a twin singing duo from Australia, and their song went to the top of the charts in Australia in 1988. So, of course, I'm thinking, why did I know that song so well when it was popular, if it was popular in 1988? Because clearly I'm too young to know popular songs in 1988. I mean, come on. So I Googled the song, and I said to Andy, I said, well, maybe it was made popular by a movie, and it came to popularity later. Like, I'm thinking maybe early 90s, because I remember singing this song when I was at camp, and at summer camp in the early 90s. Sure enough, I Googled the song. It was in the movie Benny and June, and it became popular in 1993, the month of August to be exact, which was when, you may remember, Deb, we were at Tri-T Summer Camp, and we sang that song at Tri-T Summer Camp. So Andy and I are wondering, was that song on your Moment in Time podcast Spotify list? Andy doesn't think it was, because we've listened to that Spotify list many, many times, believe it or not, because we're in the middle of a house project, and when Andy wants songs to listen to, he puts it on.
Oh,
So
nice.
thanks. So this call is kind of twofold. Thanks for the Spotify playlist that we listen to all the time. And please put that song on it, Andy says.
Oh, okay.
And also, if it's not on there already, why not? Think about it. Bye-bye.
Oh my goodness. I enjoyed every second of that one.
Yeah, that was a journey.
Yeah, that should be on the list. And I think Liz has probably listened to that list more than I have
Yeah.
at this point.
And
That delights me. I definitely remember going to camp, singing that song. It was that song that Liz and I would sing. Plus, there was like a Coca-Cola song that Liz and I would always sing. It was like a Coca-Cola commercial.
You like to buy the world.
No, that's
Okay.
Pepsi, I think. It's like, the sun will always shine,
sure.
the birds will always sing.
Wherever there's a pool, there's always a flirt. Whenever there is school, there'll always be homework. Whenever there's a beat, there's always a drum. Whenever there's fun, there's always Coca-Cola. The stars will always shine, the birds will always sing. As long as there is thirst, there's always the real thing. Coca-Cola, there's always the one. Whenever there is fun, there's always Coca-Cola.
We would sing that a lot. And yeah, I definitely remember it, and I will put it on the list. I did know that the Proclaimers were twins. Did you know that?
I didn't know that. No,
Yeah.
I've seen obviously that cover of that album, Sunshine on Life, I think is what it's called. But anyway, you can see them standing there, and they look kind of similar, but they don't look like
Kind
twins.
of look like twins.
Do they?
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. Okay. Our
Thanks,
next,
Liz. I'll
Yes,
put it on the list. Thanks for
Add it.
listening.
Build the list. All right. Here is another next voicemail.
Okay.
Hey, I'm Double D's. It's MR from SFSD. Calling after hearing your 2020 Halloween episode. I love the episode. I'm sure a lot of people do. Want to say in general, so the experience, the journey that we went on, the audio experience that we were able to tag along with Deb on was fantastic. The music and sound effects definitely added to the experience. But I could definitely see Deb's reality TV / Survivor experience coming into play, where she was able to narrate what was going on, to keep a running dialogue. I mean, sure, maybe there was some editing, right, to cut out some pauses and silences. But she knew, like, your audience is listening. You need to give them something to hear. So she was great about putting us in her mindset as she's walking around in the dark, cursing Luke. Meanwhile, whenever she would, like, you know, curse out Luke for not following her, for not going with her on this journey, I just imagined Luke sitting in the car playing video games while listening to a 3-hour video game podcast about video games he wants to play next.
Yeah.
And cranked up, almost like that scene in Die Hard when they cut to the limo driver and he's partying it up with the giant stuffed teddy bear and drinking champagne and stuff in the limo while he waits for our hero to make his way through the building. Instead, our hero was making her way through a cornfield, through a pioneer graveyard, and then making her way back. This episode spoke to me in a very particular way because my family's business is cemetery headstones, granite, cemetery lettering, and so I spent a lot of time in graveyards and cemeteries as a kid, because if we were going anywhere during the summer, my dad would try to make a work trip out of it. So he would be out there sandblasting and we would hit however many cemeteries were in his area on our way to whatever family vacation we were going to. So I myself took a lot of rubbings on interesting gravestones while I was in a cemetery. I don't think I ever colored on one. Don't think I ever left my mark, but it was crayon. The next rain, you should be fine. Plus, those people are long dead. They don't care at all. They don't care one bit.
Nope.
The last thing I wanted to say is I'm really disappointed that we didn't get a animal statistic roundup when you guys came back. I really wanted to hear some of those stats on coyote attack numbers and animal attack numbers. I did, for my own curiosity, look up coyote attack numbers, especially coyote fatal attack numbers.
Okay, yeah.
And from what I was able to find, and I didn't exhaustively research this, I ended up on Wikipedia, and that seemed fine enough. But there have been, according to Wikipedia, about 2 fatal coyote attacks
Yep.
in, like, the last 30 years.
Yeah.
So it's very uncommon
Oh.
to encounter a fatal coyote attack. And actually, the statistic they pulled, one was from America, and the other was from Canada. So they weren't even both in America. Now, it's just regular old coyotes mixing it up and taking a bite out of a kid. That stuff seems to happen more frequently.
Oh.
But actually, taking a bite out of a kid and killing it, much more rare. I didn't know this. Coyotes weigh about 35 pounds. So
Okay.
that's like the weight of my 10-year-old. So if you can kick around a 10-year-old, or at least appear stronger than a 10-year-old, you probably have a good chance against a coyote. So I hate to admit it, it's possible that Luke was right.
Right.
I did not look up deer standing up and kicking people injuries. I don't think that has ever happened, ever. I think Deb is thinking of horses. Horses kick people. Deer run away from everything and anyone.
That's true.
I don't think a deer would kick you. I think most people any fatalities related to deer is due to hitting them with cars.
Yeah.
And then the car really is what kills people. The deer is just kind of
Think about
there.
it.
But
Yeah.
okay. Love the episode. Love you guys. Stay safe. We're all in this together.
Yeah.
Whatever that ridiculous send-off is that Luke invented for the last episode. Okay, bye.
Oh man. So you're saying there's a chance?
Yes, that's right. In the last 30 years in all of North America, 2.
I know, and I was ready to be like, see, it happened.
Yeah, it did. And it took Miles saying that means it's not very likely, and you're like,
know.
oh, right,
okay.
two, right.
Yeah, I mean, if you just tell me it's not very likely, I might believe you.
Yeah. Yes, thank you, Miles,
That's funny.
for justifying me sitting. And I will say, in my defense, I was alert in the vehicle.
Yeah, what were you doing?
I was sitting there just looking out there, waiting to see if you would need help, because I figured.
Yeah.
I mean, I had no problem believing that you could walk whatever it was, this 400 meters to this place, and then walk back. And so I was just sitting there patiently waiting, just to see if you need anything. In fact, I turned on the lights when I saw you coming back, so you'd know where I was.
Where you were. I appreciate your confidence.
Yeah.
I really, I had no idea how long it would take. And looking at pictures of the place, because I went back and took some pictures when it was light out. And I don't know if I told this story. I was like, we should take some pictures when it's light out. Do you want to come and do it? And you were like, no, you can go. So I had to go back and do it
during
all
the day.
again. And there's huge holes in front of the tombstones.
Right.
And so you just are like, oh, I'm really glad I didn't fall into one of those things.
That wouldn't have been fun for you, I'm sure.
No, but I did know that Miles's family did gravestones.
Did stones.
That's funny.
Yes, and so if you're confused about what we're talking about, this was in regards to our Halloween episode where I tasked Deb by facing her fear of walking to a pioneer graveyard on her own in the dark.
Yeah.
In the middle of...
It could have been anything. It's just be alone in the dark.
Be alone in the dark, and I threw in a little bit of spice with that going up to a pioneer graveyard. That happens to be right on my parents' property there. So, Okay, we've got another voicemail about our Halloween episode.
Oh, great.
My personal fear that I am most afraid of, that freaks me out and gives me nightmares, and every time I see a movie that involves it, is being lost in outer space.
Whoa.
Anytime somebody goes into space, think of that movie Passengers or Gravity, where they actually get out of the space shuttle and go into outer space. It freaks me out because I just think, oh no, they're going to get disconnected and they're going to be lost in space, just eternally floating. Yep. And that is my fear. I will never be placed in that situation, so I'm not really concerned about overcoming that fear. Maybe you can think creatively about how to help me watch those types of movies better. I don't know. Again, it was just a really fun episode. The last song was a throwback to Hocus Pocus, and it made me want to do a watch party with you watching that movie, kind of take us back to our childhood of watching that movie every Halloween.
Yes.
I see they have it on Disney Plus now, so maybe we could arrange a watch party. That'd be fun. I think those were all my observations. This show just made me laugh a lot. Laugh out loud. Oh, the last thing I want to say is, you look it up. You look it up. That made me laugh so hard, Deb, when you were just tired of Luke telling you to look it up. You're like, no, you look it up. You look it up. All right. Think about it. Love you guys. Bye-bye.
That cracks me up so much. Because you were like, look up how many times, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, no, you look it up.
So, this is my argument here. First of all, I think whenever a person makes a claim, like you're making a claim of how dangerous coyotes and
I was
deer,
voicing my fears.
right? And so I guess I was saying you're making a claim can you give me some facts? Give me something. But maybe more importantly, and secondly, this conversation was happening in the car while I was driving and you were just sitting in the passenger seat.
Yeah, that's true.
So in theory, I did feel justified in saying, just look it up. And
Well,
anyway. And it sounds like
also-
Miles did your work for you anyway.
Yeah,
so.
thanks, Miles.
Yeah.
I really didn't have to. But also, like, you don't have to, like, have backup, like, facts for your fears.
Oh, okay, sure. I thought you were just going to say, it's 2021. You don't have to have facts for anything. You can just say things. You don't have to have facts
you
for it.
probably can.
But yeah,
But do
you're
you know
right.
what I
You're
mean?
right. Yeah, facts and fears. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. Because you can be afraid of anything, and it doesn't matter
It's
how
irrational.
much exactly, irrational fears. Just right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Wait, Liz
sorry.
does not, she's right, she does not need to be afraid of getting lost in space. Like, that is very avoidable. Just do not go to space.
I was thinking as I was listening to her, how could we get her to face that fear? And so what is it about being lost in space that's the root of that fear? I think it's like thinking of being alone for forever.
Yeah, and just in
Or, like-
a very strange place.
Right. Or just
It's
the
dark
idea of,
everywhere.
Like, the idea of floating away in darkness.
Yeah.
So maybe, I
the
don't know.
void.
Maybe we can put Liz in like a sensory deprivation chamber. Have you ever heard of those?
Yeah.
It's like, okay. So yeah, just like, just see if she can just handle floating in a sensory deprivation chamber for like 3 hours. Like
All
the,
right.
like the
You
length,
look it up.
Like the length of the Return of the King extended edition. If she could last, but not having that movie, we would watch that movie while
Okay.
she sits in the sensory deprivation chamber and just floats in a black nothingness, and just see if she can handle it. Do you think she would like? Because there's some people who, and I think I might be this way a little bit. It's like even the idea of some of that stuff kind of makes me hyperventilate, or like starts my heart beating a little bit faster.
Like floating away in space.
Yeah, like the idea of like just losing grasp on something. And I'm probably like, this is probably nightmare fuel for Liz. But the idea of like just losing grasp on something and being literally feet away, but you can't do anything to get back there. Like you have no control. Like your perpetual motion, wherever you're going is where you're going to keep going for the rest of eternity.
There's no hope. Yeah.
Yeah. That, or maybe she's afraid of re-entering an atmosphere of a planet and burning up, because that would not be fun either.
Well, I don't think she's taken it that far. I think it's
Just
just
the floating.
I'm gonna die out here.
Yeah.
I can't do anything.
Yeah, I guess that would freak me out too. I
Like
suppose.
Interstellar.
Well, and yeah, as an example, when
I
you
love
were,
that movie though.
when you're out in space, yeah, and it's not like, oh, there's somebody else who can help me out here. Like there's not.
No.
There's nobody. Like there's like I'm on my own, and like there's nobody who I can
I'm
tell.
just alone with my thoughts.
I'm just alone, and yeah.
until I run out of air. Like
Probably right. Yeah, you'd
I
run
mean,
out of
you'd
air
run
before
out
you
of air.
dehydrate. Yeah. So all right, well,
Good thoughts,
there,
Liz.
there you go, Liz. There's something to think
yeah,
about.
and I'm game for a Hocus Pocus watch party. We can do that on Disney Plus, can't
yeah,
we?
sure can. Yep. All right. Next voicemail.
Hey, Luke and Deb. This is
Oh.
brother of the show, Matt.
Matt.
And since Thanksgiving is coming up, I was thinking of you guys. I know that Luke is getting ready for a feast, and it brought back to mind that great episode where Luke talked about Thanksgiving and the food that he likes. So just reaching out to wish the show a happy Thanksgiving, and also wish you, Deb and Luke, the co-hosts, happy Thanksgiving. And, okay, love you, bye.
Oh,
Yes. So you can tell we're a
we
bit
like those.
Yeah, well, you can tell we're a bit
Yeah.
behind with voicemails, and the fact that yes, Matt, thank you for wishing us Thanksgiving. I did listen to it before Thanksgiving.
Oh, you did.
So I did feel
Well, a
that
happy
love.
Thanksgiving to you too, brother Matt.
That's right. And yes, thank
and
you.
Christmas and New Year.
Yes, and thank you for helping us kick off the feasting season.
Yeah.
The inaugural
Or ending it.
I know that's the first of the feasting events. Because I mean, like Valentine's Day.
No, I mean like
that's-
at the point where we're listening to
oh
it.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
kind
now
of like ending
we're
it.
kind of wrapping down feasting season. So
We
thank you.
appreciate the sentiment.
Yes, thank you, Matt. All right, last voicemail here, Deb.
Okay.
Hey, my darlings, distractions. This is your boy in near the falls. I'll work on that. I'll workshop that. I just listened to the Christmas playlist part 1 episode, and not a huge fan of Christmas music. So I did do some fast forwarding. Was a little surprised to hear a Muppet Christmas Carol sound based on what I've heard of Deb's feelings towards Muppets.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize at first that there was commentary in between music blocks. And as I was kind of like skipping my way through the episode, then I came across some discussion points. So maybe that was Liz's choice. But it is a classic. It's a great song. And then I love the idea of Deb scouring the internet for a Christmas song she heard on a Glade
commercial.
air freshener commercial. One, that song would speak to her so much. Two, it could have been an original, right, for Glade.
Yeah.
They got big bucks. Yeah. Everything smells awful, so they're making tons of money, making things smell a little better. They maybe commissioned their own songs. That maybe makes it a tough fight.
Yeah.
Also, the SNL track is a classic, but I was surprised to hear Snoop Dogg. I got to that track and I was like, that sounds like Snoop Doggy Dogg. That sounds like Snoop Dogg, Snoop Lion. And then listen to that track, and then of course he does break into some rap. And I mean, I'm pretty sure the song is all about doing drugs, but it still has the spirit of Christmas, and it uses the right imagery to work as a Christmas song, so you don't have to know that he's probably actually talking about weed and cocaine. That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, no
those
big
things
deal.
are good for Christmas as well. So, yeah, it was unexpected track. I should have stopped talking before that. Luke, can you edit this so that when I took my pause before and then started stammering, that's where I stopped talking? So edit point there, and then unedit starting now.
Oh, no.
All right, guys. Love the show. Love you both. Merry Christmas. Can you take my out of there, Luke? Also, Luke, edit point. Take out my because it sounded dumb. So just.
And then it just cut him off.
He does get cut off there, and he does not call back in. So just a reminder, if you would like to send us a voicemail, you can do so at 61 air 0 volt, just on your touchpad device. Dial 61 air 0 volt, and leave a voicemail. It just goes right into our voicemail box, and we will get to them eventually. And yes, there is a limit. If you hit 3 minutes, it does just beep and hang up on you.
Or if your name is Miles, it just cuts you off.
It just cuts you off. It just hates Miles.
I appreciate Miles bringing up the Christmas playlists. I know, Luke is not a huge fan of Christmas music either. But
it's fine.
Yep, there's commentary, there's lists, and the Muppet one was my idea, for the record.
Yep.
It was, that might be the only... anyway, we've talked about the Muppets before, but it's one of the only Muppet movies I like. And it's fun. I'm glad that he enjoyed it. We, those were pre-recorded. We recorded the stuff together with Liz and I a year before.
Yeah.
So...
Recorded in 2019.
2019. So those are our last 3 episodes were actually recorded a year before. And so Luke and I haven't sat down to talk to each other like this with mics on for 3 months. We've had quite a hiatus.
Would it have been our last Halloween?
Maybe Halloween, yeah.
And we didn't even really do that on mic as much. That
it was
more
just
like using phones.
Walking through the field.
It's really been a while. So anyway.
It's good to be back.
Yes, thank you everybody. If you've got ideas for possible distractions that you think that we would have or that you have that you'd like us to discuss, you can send those in by voicemail. And we'll hopefully get a couple more out here now that we've got our holiday season behind us. So yeah, thank you,
this
everyone.
This is fun. Thanks, Luke. Thanks, Liz and Andy.
Yes, and thank you to all of our voicemailers and everybody who has listened to the show. Thank you. It is your energy that keeps us going.
We hope this finds you well. Take care.
Yes, take care, please. And we'll see you next time.
Signing off.
Bye.
Bye.
Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. chicken and a Pizza Hut. The Pizza Hut, the Pizza Hut. Kentucky Fried Chicken and a Pizza Hut.